Welcome everyone. Welcome to, I don't even know what iteration of Lean Jeans this is for us, but welcome guys, especially if you're new to the Fitcode family. Welcome each and every one of you. And look forward to the success that you are going to have. How many guys are ready? Outstanding. How many guys are nervous? A little worried you might not make it to the meeting? Anybody worried? No? No need to be worried. As long as you follow the instructions and do what you need to do, you're going to be successful. Alright? So let's get into the program. Start off with our sponsors. And then our team here. Most of you guys have been here with us, know the team. Maria, who basically runs things around here. She is the muscle behind the madness. Then our coaches, again, still up here. We have Mr. But we got Derek, Ryan, Sam, Steve, and those are the people you'll be spending your time with, especially if you're new here. Helping you along the way, helping you along the journey. Especially Steve, because you'll be integral and giving you guys feedback on your food logs, nutrition journals, etc. Alright? So let's get into, when you start a program like this, there are some things that are going to be foundational for us. These are going to be our pillars for success, all right? And things that hold that up. So we're at the end point where we're fitting those jeans that don't fit right now. Does everyone have their pair of jeans that don't fit? Does everyone have that? You don't have to go out and get them before you come in and weigh in and measure. All right, I want to make sure we take those pictures. That's our true measure for success. All right. So it's something that's where jeans are out here. All right, 9 weeks, we get those bad boys to play. All right, and it's going to be based off these things: training, mindset, recovery, and nutrition. All are very, very key. All right, starts with the mindset. So the mindset is going to allow us to make sure we have those other things in place. All right, and then you guys, you already know the fifth piece: burpees, and lots of them. All right. Everyone loves burpees. So, question that some of you guys may have, like, what does this photo right here have to do with anything? You guys don't know this Ryan over there on the right? Has absolutely nothing to do with anything. I just wanted to put a photo of Ryan. Wait a second. So you can talk about it a little later. Alright, let's get into training really quick. So, a lot of times people have a conception or the misconception that cardio is the be-all and end-all when it comes to fat loss. And you guys have heard me speak before, heard me come to orientation or seen some of my emails. You know that when I'm building a program for someone and someone has X amount of hours in a week, cardio is one of the last things that people traditionally do, one of the last things that I would prescribe to people. All right? So going out for those long runs aren't necessarily the best thing for fat loss. All right? Not necessarily the best thing for us. Help us maintain our metabolism, help us maintain our lean muscle mass. One of the best things you can do after strength training, all right, after nutrition and strength training, is high intensity interval training, as long as we're up to the ability to do high intensity interval training. And that's basically, you see some of the reasons. Traditional cardio can make your body more efficient at burning fat. So just like the car is fuel efficient, Toyota Prius or some other fuel efficient. They save gas. Same thing with going long bouts of cardio. Cause your body to want to maintain that body fat. They want to heat their fuel, so your body gets like, okay, I can go for some more runs, so I need to maintain that fat as fuel. So that's one of the reasons. You burn less calories, your body dies fairly quickly, very impactful if you're going out for long runs. And it is useful if you're training for long runs. And it's not necessarily a bad thing per se. So it's great for cardiovascular health, has lots of great benefits, but not necessarily the best thing for fat loss. Now, there are some cases like medium intensity, short duration cardio can be okay. We're going out maybe 20-25 minute short jog. That can be occasionally, but those longer runs, those longer bouts aren't necessarily the best thing. Interval training is more effective. And you see some of the reasons why. 24 to 36 hours. What we call exercise post-oxygen consumption, where your metabolism is elevated for for 24 to 36 hours after the workout. Same amount of time, burn more fat in less amount of time, so you're done in 15 to 20 minutes. Maintains your muscle, easier on the joints, so if you're doing things like heel sprints, a lot easier on the joints. And you know, you will be more likely to look like this guy on the right as opposed to the guy on the left over here. And sprinter, you go on the practice. You see how they drop muscle. They're very lean. These guys over here are very lean also, but they maintain some lean muscle mass. So we don't want to become skinnier versions of ourselves. We become lean and toned. And that's ultimately, I hope that's the goal for most of you guys. Another thing that's very important is stress and mitigating your stress. Some of you guys are stressed out on a day-to-day basis. Work, kids, right? All that stuff. Stress can actually be one of the things that can kill our results if we aren't able to manage our stress properly. So each of us has sort of a tub. Everyone's tub of stress, the amount of stress that they're able to deal with is a little bit different. Some people have bigger tubs where they deal with more stress. Some people have smaller tubs. And anything we don't want is we want that tub to overflow. So if we have different faucets coming in, you have larger faucets maybe, you have a big deadline at work, and big faucet of stress is coming in, you got the kids, you get home, you got to cook dinner, all this other stuff. And we have to figure out how do we turn off some of those faucets so we don't allow that tub to overflow, because that will throw off things for us hormonally, as well as it will potentially help us tap into muscle, so we don't lose valuable muscle. And then also when you're stressed out, what are you more likely to do? Eat, right? Eat things we're not supposed to, but things that aren't going to be beneficial for overall goals. Stress and willpower are interrelated. So the more stressed you are, the less your willpower is, right? Because stress is kind of like a muscle. The more you're stressed out, the less that willpower is able to be utilized. And you have to learn how to take care of yourself first. We have all these competing things that are vying for our time. And when you're able to learn to take care of yourself first, then all those other things seem to take care of themselves. Life becomes much better. Your relationship with your significant other tends to become a lot better. If you're happier with yourself, you're more apt to do a better job on the job. All right, so you have more energy. You're able to focus better. All right. So those things kind of help take care of yourself. We learn how to take care of yourself first. Right? Same thing with the airplane analogy, right? So this is a flight attendant. Got in from Brazil this past week. So jealous. Let's get into nutrition. Nutrition, very, very key. So nutrition, very, very big component of your overall success, right? 85% of your fat loss related to the food that you take in. Now, putting the right things in, you're not getting the right results on the back end. So, this little thing, eat clean, train lean, eat lean. So how is successful eating guaranteed? You have to have intention, you have to put forth effort, some self-discipline, and some compliance. We'll talk more about compliance a little bit later. So you guys open up your books or your packets there. I do apologize. The printing service that we had for our books, they got bought out by another company. We could no longer utilize them. So we had to pull those little sheets. But it makes it easier to tear out the food off, so that's a bonus. So a brief overview of how the Lean Kings nutrition plan works. Eat the recommended foods at the recommended time. We'll touch on that in a minute. Document what you eat. Very important. Who's ever journaled their food before? Who's had success journaling their food? Right? What does it give to you? What does it give you? Why have you had success? Who's raised Rose? Why have you had success? Put you on the spot.
Because I saw what I was eating that was badly, and that helped.
Helps a lot. What else? What are some other ones? Accountability. Any other ones you guys want to throw in?
If you're lazy, you have to write it down.
There you go. You have to write it down. You have to send it in to Steve or your team captain. Less likely to get it. Yes. So then you can get feedback from Steve or myself, and we can say, hey, maybe the portion size is too large, too small. Maybe here's a better option for you. Maybe instead of having, the protein Oreo cookies, you can have, let's say, your best thing, you can have something else, right? So in your books, you have an example of recommended foods. I don't know what page that is on, but you'll see some different examples of recommended foods. Healthy fats. We must not be scared of fats. Fats can be very beneficial for us, helps us take in fat soluble vitamins and give us lots of cravings, scarcity and milk, two other things. And it'll help with burn fat also. So here's a brief but not complete list of some recommended fats. And you'll see some other ones in your thing for carbs as well as proteins. So your template for a meal snack. You want protein plus produce, right? Every meal or snack should have some sort of protein, some sort of produce, whether it's fruit or veggies. So here's some examples of some good snacks and or whole food dinners. And you add in healthy fats in addition to that. Some of those already have the healthy fats added in, some of those don't. If you have any questions anytime, please feel free to ask. There's some general guidelines. Meals and snacks should be spaced 2 to 3 hours apart. Eat starchy carbs like grains and starchy veggies only. Post-workout is part of your non-compliant meals. So grains such as bread, pasta, potatoes, hummus, your starchy veggies, zucchini and squash. Those will all be considered post-workout starches. We'll touch a little bit on that later. Or a non-compliant meal. Include a source of other fats as many meals as possible. Minimal to no alcohol. Everyone's on board with that? Yeah.
You're here.
All right. And then have variety. Very important. So we get bored. 9 weeks is it's only the second time we've done 9 weeks for lean jeans. And you want to eat the same thing over and over again. Unless you're a person that can do that, most people can't. So try to find variety. We'll give you different ways, give you different sources so you can find variety in what you're eating. Some other nutrition guidelines. No calorie-containing beverages, with the exception of milk and protein drinks. So all your drinks pretty much consist of water, green tea, some sort of herbal tea, unsweetened or sweetened with stevia. Minimize added sugars and artificial sweeteners. Focus on whole and fresh foods. So the more processed it is, then it's probably something we want to stay away from. So if it doesn't have a food label, it's probably a good thing for you. All right, so kind of keep that in mind. And enjoy your favorite non-compliant foods 10% of your meals. So we're eating five meals a day, 35 meals a week, get 3 non-compliant meals. You have what you want within reason. So we never say that you can't have on this program. It's a matter of having things that you want, things you may be craving at the right times. Quick note on cravings though. Sometimes we have foods that are kind of trigger foods for us. We have 1, at least 2, at least 3. Nutella. I've never had Nutella. I had a discussion about Nutella a couple weeks ago. I've never had it. I have to try it out. Might be my
I don't even work for a man who's never had Nutella. I may have to quit, sir. Nutella, oh my God. You don't understand the struggles.
Struggles real out here. So if you know something that's a trigger food for you, and it leads you down the road of one thing after another, and then you eat a bunch of non-compliant foods, keep that off your list of things to have. Whether it's some sort of alcoholic beverage, whether it's candy, Nutella, whatever it is. All right? Coffee. Yeah, black coffee is fine. Black coffee is fine. You're non-calorie containing. And then nutrition success strategies. So it's important that you come up with strategies that will lead you to success. So, Sunday ritual. This is in your book too, and it explains a little bit more. And what I'm trying to give you guys a little bit later, which kind of gives you some more tools to help you along the way. So, taking a couple hours on Sunday, prepping your meals for the week. That is one of the biggest make or break things you can do for yourself. Whether it's Sunday, Saturday, whatever day it is. I find for myself, when I don't prep for the week, so I don't take those 2, 3, 4 hours on Sunday, my week, 9 times out of 10 is shot. Right? So we find that in the past, find out with our former members. How many guys have done leading before? How many guys have not done a Sunday versus a Sunday, and has it made a huge difference in your week? Huge difference, right? So find that time, carve it out for yourself, plan it ahead, figure out what you're going to do. Do your grocery shopping before that, figure out what you're going to make for the week. Do your grocery shopping, spend that Sunday prepping your meals for the week. Huge, huge difference for yourself. Some people like to do a breakfast ritual where they pray yourself, pray their stuff in the morning. That's also an option. Meal movement, it's actually personal trainer food now. I think there's a group on out right now, and it's a great program to ship a bunch of food to your door. The food tastes surprisingly good. Did you agree with that? And a few other people have done meal movement before. Angie, have you done it?
No.
Sylvia? So it's surprisingly good, and so it's a great option. I wouldn't recommend it to replace your meals, but as an option in case you didn't have time to prep or something like that, it's going to be something real quick and easy. Pop in the microwave and oven. And then have some good supplies for yourself. So good countertop grill, or it's summertime right now, so you can grill outside. Slow cooker is great. Pop your stuff in the slow cooker in the morning. Good blender, magic bullet. And then 5 tips to avoid food boredom. Read those there. Find a couple go-to breakfasts, different fruits in your protein smoothies. Try some new recipes. Don't be scared to venture out. We'll be posting some stuff on the Facebook page. We have a Facebook Lean Jeans recipe page. We have a Pinterest page. There's a bunch of recipes on there. So it's up to you to utilize the resources to figure out what will work for you and what will work for you. All right? Should never really be an excuse of for what I have. There's plenty of options out there. It's a matter of figuring out, okay, what will I try this week? Okay. Some stuff you'll like, some stuff you won't like, but it's part of life and learning, right? And then like I said, try one kind of food you've never had. See how it goes. Some advice for break planning. You want to schedule this time each week for recipe searching, grocery shopping, cooking, all that stuff we talked about. Weekly ritual. Look at the chart of recommended foods and highlight all the foods you're willing to eat. And determine when and where you're being most challenged. This is important also. I give you guys a lot of credit because most people, they'll jump on something like Lean Jeans in the new year, and then summertime, like, I got parties to go to, I got barbecues, almost potato chips, and all this other stuff, ribs, right? But those are the times when you're going out summertime where you're going to be challenged. You're going to have those opportunities where you're going out on a weekly basis. And you have to decide, okay, it's going to be a reward meal for me. Am I going to prepare myself ahead of time so I have the tools and everything I need so I can be successful and I can stay on track at this party or barbecue or whatever? Am I going to eat beforehand? So all these things you have to figure out, you have something coming up, what's going to be our plan of attack for the week? All right? So don't just go day to day. You have to plan it out a week in advance. That's how you're going to be successful. So some things that we require for success. Food log. So write down everything you eat. Be detailed with your portion size. So the more detail that you have, the better off we can provide you with advice and feedback. All right? Notes on how you feel, and the most successful people will track everything in the entire 90 days. Right? Keep that in mind. When you're tracking, then set yourself up for success. So compliance chart. compliance chart at the bottom. So you look at your food log in your journal, in the back of your booklets there. There's food logs, and at the bottom of that food log is a compliance chart. So ideally, we talked about having reward meals, correct? So 3 to 4 reward meals during the week. That'll put you at 90% compliance, which will get you awesome results. All right, you got no problem most of the time. 3 to 4 weeks, you bring a pair of jeans in that are out here. 3 to 4 weeks, 80% of the people will be able to button those jeans up if they're 80% compliant in 3 or 4 weeks. All right, 80% compliant, get some good results. Maybe after the 9-week mark, you'll be able to button those jeans up. 100% compliant. Do things like Ray Boyd did on the last one, where he dropped 23 pounds of body fat. Ed Daugherty, who dropped a total of somewhere around 12 to 13% body fat over the last 2 lean jeans. Erica, is Erica here? Erica dropped 7%. So things like that. That's where you get 100% compliant. And there's a direct correlation between compliance and overall success. Okay? So a lot of times what happens when people come in, especially with their first lean jeans, they think they just come here to workouts, things will just magically happen for them, right? Sometimes they do. I understand why. Sometimes, 6 weeks, 9 weeks down the line, and they've been eating a little bit better than they used to, and the jeans are fitting in that 6 or 9 week time frame. But then they come around that second time, and the light bulb sort of clicks, and then they just kind of get accelerated results that second time around. So like, okay, now I really want to give this my all. So don't go in this one, this is first time, second time, third time. Don't go into it, kind of flip halfway on the gas pedal. Go into it all out and see what you can accomplish for yourself. All right. And that's how you win a trip to the cruise to the Caribbean. You guys want to go to the Caribbean? You guys are taking me and my family. All right. Instructions for the compliance chart. So you get X, but every meal that is not compliant. Talk about non-compliant versus compliant every minute. And the O for every meal is compliant. So a little chart at the bottom. Every meal you eat, you put an X or an O to mark whether it's compliant or non-compliant. One of the reasons why that's important is because we want to figure out, when you turn it into us, your food log, your compliance chart, we can weigh what you put down on your food log versus what you put down, what you consider compliant in your compliance chart. So if we see there's a mismatch, maybe you think something up here, sweet potatoes are compliant on the day you haven't worked out, right? Or you worked out in the morning and had sweet potatoes later in the day. You think that's compliant, say? This isn't compliant, here's why it isn't compliant. So we help you bridge that gap there, so it becomes a learning tool for you, all right? So that's very important. And then you place it in the box for that. So let's take a look at the compliance chart and how it weighs against a food log. So every meal, this person put all those here, they had a couple non-compliant meals with the X's. Then they put some notes over here. Missed the post-workout meal because of time on Wednesday. Had a potato during the post-workout meal, and had cake during another meal. And only had one more cheat meal during the week. So, great notes, we can definitely help with that. And then break down the compliance chart. So, every meal we said proteins, healthy fats, fibers, carbs. Yes?
Question.
Yes, no.
So if you don't drink your protein drink after your workout, that's non-compliant?
That is technically non-compliant, but one of the things we prefer. But if you have a clean protein after within 30-45 minutes and you annotate that, definitely be fine with it. All right. One of the things kind of changes. So, great question. So this person gets their post-workout shake or post-workout protein. All right. So it's not compliant. Very important to get protein in your system 30-45 minutes post-workout. All right. Prepare that. start the repair process for muscle fibers. So you're not losing that valuable lean mass. All right. Fajitas on a organic smoked tortilla and 2 bites of cake. Everything was fine because they had their organic spelt. There's their meal post-workout, so they can have their starchy carbs. Exception of these 2 small bites of cake. Right? 1 M&M, put down the X. Alright? They have a good little meal here, mini naked sandwich. And then down here, they had green beans, chicken breast, and olive oil with potato. So why was this not the plan?
The potato.
Potato was not after the workout. Exactly. And then nice little snack at the end. So, yes.
Is the sandwich naked because there's no bread?
No bread, correct. Eggs wrapped in romaine lettuce and less food. All right, so what's your plate look like? So you have an example of the plate in your book. So this is your anytime meal. So you'll see about 1/4 of your plate. You should have a list of proteins in your book there. About 1/4 of your plate should be proteins. Should have some healthy fats. I'll show you size or example of a fat. And then your veggies should be the majority of your plate. All right. But your plate should not be this big, otherwise it might eat too much. All right. And then you see the tips down there. You can follow within those tips, and that's great. So try to buy organic. Organic's not a be all and end all, so. But if you can't buy organic, try to go organic. And then post-workout meals. So what post-workout meals should look like. Your proteins, your veggies and fruits, and then your starches there at the top. All right. Yes.
The starch has to be eaten right after the workout.
Your meal immediately after your workout will include a starch.
So it could be like for dinner.
Correct. So if you worked out in the morning, say you came in at 9:30, finished your workout at 10:15, had your post-workout shake, went home, had your meal, whether it's an hour or 2 later, your next meal should have that starch in there. That's the only way I can have the starch.
You have to be able to start.
You do not have to have starch.
What's beans considered?
Beets?
Beans.
Beans will consider starch. Yes.
I'm going to be eating other beans. So, okay.
So I noticed that a lot of proteins don't necessarily have an ounce size associated with them. Is it what you need? If
So,
it's protein?
great question. So she asked how much, essentially asked how much should be taken in terms of size. So a few rules of thumb here. Rule number 1, you want to eat till you're 80% full. And then take about 15 minutes, evaluate, see if you're still hungry, eat a little bit more if you need to. When it comes to general sizes and general guideline, fats, about the size of your thumb. All right.
Is that a good avocado?
Avocado is probably a little bit more. Veggies or proteins should fit in the palm of your hand. And for men, it's about 2 times. So women, palm, men is about twice the size. Your starch should form a fist like this. Starch should be your fist size. I'm sorry. Starch is fist size, about a cup. And then your veggies should be handled like that. Should be your veggies. Okay? On our Lean Gain Success page, there is a guide, an example of that. So it breaks down your hand and everything for that. So, great question. Then for our vegetarians, our plant-based eaters, Melanie back there.
Is that a joke about the B12 gum?
Where you at?
No.
Serious? Okay. I've never heard of it before.
All right. So, big question. then you can work your way from there. All right, do less or more. All right, some best practices. We'll be sending out a best practices checklist. So some other things you can do in addition to eating clean, having the right mindset, mitigating your stress. Extra way to achieve optimal results includes nutrition, rest, exercise-related behaviors. You'll be getting some emails along the way as well as a few other tips as we go along. And you can print and hang it on your refrigerator if you guys do get it this week. Now, when it comes to overall formula for success, you guys have seen this before. You guys know what it is.
Attitude,
Attitude.
action,
Action. Yes. What else? Another one, next one? Next one is tough.
accountability,
Very, very close. The last part of that, you have ability. Alright? S? Sacrifice? No, that's a good guess. Very good guess.
Starvation.
Strategy, right? So, how many guys would say you guys have the ability to be able to accomplish this goal for yourself? Raise your hand. Yes? Some people know. People are raising their hand. How many guys are going to take action? Alright? And we're giving you the strategy, which this is something that we've been doing for a few years now. The strategy, we know it works. We've seen hundreds of people have success with it. From 5 to 10 pounds, a couple of jean sizes, all the way up to 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 pounds by doing multiple lean jeans. Right? So, if you take 4, add those things together, you get the results that you want. All right? Which one is the biggest issue for most of you guys, for most people?
strategy,
Strategy. Action. You guys have a strategy. We're giving you a strategy.
No,
right?
it's
We're giving you the tools that you need.
Action.
You have the ability to take an action. Right? That's where most people have success or don't have success, whether or not they take action or not. Then what success looks like? Alright? It's not always a straight line. There are some setbacks along the way. You may go out of town. Some people go on vacation. Fall off a little bit. They may have a night where they go out to the bar and they have a little too much to drink and eat. I see them walking this way, coming in at 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, what are they doing? I'm start working, I just came down with the bar. So this is what it really looks like. So there will be potentially some setbacks, but you can't let that hinder and hamper you, all right? You got to put it behind you, learn from it, and move forward, all right? That's going to be very, very important. Everyone in this room is here to help support you. So if you need advice, guidance, support, let us know, all right? That's what we're here for, all right? So whether it's somebody on your team, whether it's one of the coaches, let us know. So then some general tips, right? Number 1, stay off the scale, all right? One of the requirements of the program. Why is that? I'm about to ask that question. Why is that?
For the whole 9 weeks?
Whole 9 weeks. No.
Stay for the whole 9 weeks.
Cause of stress, right? Doesn't always measure your progress. It doesn't. So, you'll be putting on lean mass, that can be offsetting your progress, right? So you'll step on a scale, jeans are fitting, and looking and feeling better, and then you step on a scale, you're like, oh man, I feel so good, I step on a scale, jeans are good on me, they look good, just good than 4 weeks ago. And then you look step on the scale, you see it 1 pound. And you're like, oh man.
I'm gonna go eat something.
It's so hard, right? But you're seeing progress, but it's not necessarily being reflected on the scale because other factors potentially get in the way. So, lean jeans is not designed as a weight loss or designed as a lean. Alright? Set up your environment for success, very important. So, if you have at home cookies, ice cream, candy, if it's in the house, it's where it's going.
In your mouth. I should be prepped before you do these.
You might take Santa Claus somewhere.
Whoever's on team 16, I apologize now.
So yeah, it's more likely you're going to eat it, right? Or, I mean, we're all here to get healthier, right? How many guys are here to get healthier? That's one of the end goals. But you're going to have stuff in the house so your kids can eat it, your significant other can eat it, all right? People you love or you marginally like, which you tolerate on a day-to-day basis. So, get rid of it out of your house, all right? Set this environment up for success. It will make a huge difference for you. Communicate with your team. Find this helps out tremendously. Different ways to communicate: Facebook, email, phone, together with your teammates. We try to do our best to put you guys together within your class times per location, so you guys can be close together. We have an extra layer of communication. Some people we couldn't just because the numbers don't necessarily work out. But there's other ways to have that communication. Don't necessarily have to be face-to-face and still get the support that you want. Nutrition is key, as we talked about. Be honest with yourself. All right. So that means write down what you actually eat on that food log. All right. That means, you know, if you know you've had a setback, evaluate that setback. What do I learn from this? So you can move forward and use that as a stepping stone for yourself. And remember, that's a process. It's not just about getting your dream in your genes. You got to figure out what's your true reason. Guys, I've heard me talk about your why. What is your true reason for coming here? It's deeper than being in those jeans or dropping a few pounds or because my spouse driving me here or something like that. It's something bigger than that or deeper than that. Figure out what that is. So that could be your driving motivation for you. Is it you want to be around for your kids long term? Do you want to you have a fight with family history of diabetes or heart disease you want to prevent for yourself? What is it that's driving you? All right? And then try to develop lifestyle habits and carry on past lean jeans. One of the things I think is really great about lean jeans is not such a restrictive program that is not something you can't continue on. In fact, it's a restricted program, like restricted photos, and that's something that you do long term. Lean jeans is something that you continue long term. So if you want to get to your goal, you stick with 90% compliance. If you want to maintain, stick around 75 to 80%. And it's something that can be a lifestyle for you. All right? To continue on with your results. Some resources. All right. Come on back to this. All right. So some resources. We have a Pinterest page. We have different recipes on there for the things. Lean Jeans Success. You guys want to write this down? We'll get an email with it also. But Lean Jeans Success. Weebly.com. There we go. Yeah, here it is, right here. LeanJeanSuccess.weebly.com. So we have different recipes, ideas. There's a recipe book on there. Different ideas, some best practices, the best practice checklist, some mindset info, how to sign up for classes, which will be added. So if you're new here, you don't know how to sign up for classes, that'll be added hopefully by tomorrow. All right, so you got information on that. Workouts, the following workouts, as well as our bonus workouts will be listed on there, as well as our Facebook page. What else? We've added some other tools on there. So if you've been on there before, we've added other tools like how to prep your pantry and your refrigerator for success. How to, if you're going out to a party, how to prep yourself. If you want to travel, if you want to go to restaurants. Different things you can do so you can be successful outside of your home and inside your home. Bless you. Our Facebook Lean Jeans page. You guys take out your phone on Facebook. Look up Fitcode Lean Jeans Summer 2014. Request to be added. Alright, we have a few Lean Jeans page. Summer 2014 is the one you're looking for. Request to be added. We'll add you in there. Alright. Some people will automatically add. If you take out your phone now, check in now. You got orientation.
You late.
What else? We also have another Facebook page that John Hope set up for us, Lean Jeans recipes and more. So even more recipes on here for you. So no excuse for recipes. We got the booklet, we got our coaches, and then other participants. All great resources for you. And then, Julie, you might talk really quick about, not put on the spot right now. So, before we go on any further, I just wanted to ask Julie, who's done Lean Jeans a couple times and has done photos, you know, some of the things that you have found that have been successful, some of the things you've learned as you've gone through the process.
I think, for me at least, I think one of the most important things is to get everybody that's in your life involved. So if they're going to be in your house every day with you, try to get them to do what you're doing. Because not only have I been successful, my kid was successful, and I continue to be successful. My husband's been successful, my mom, my daughter. So I think that's very helpful. All the resources, Sunday prep days, I think, are crucial, or if it can't be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever your weekend falls on, because that's going to keep you on the wagon or off. So that is, I think, that and the grocery list would be really important. At least it was for me. That's what set me up for success. And then the weeks that I wasn't prepping was a whole lot of X's. Not proud.
Alright, so a few things. Body fat testing. Hopefully you guys have already signed up for your body fat testing. If not, we can get you signed up. Make sure, so I sent out a list unless you signed up recently, all the things that you need to know for body fat testing. Make sure you're adherent to the protocol before coming in to get an accurate body fat test. So things like not working out 4 hours before, no eating 4 hours prior to testing, don't take a shower for the whole day. Please take a shower. No, if you come in the morning, don't take a shower. Come in later.
Shelton,
So we got a question back here?
if we had a body fat test like within the last week or so, we have to take another?
No, if you did it last week,
Did we do it last week? 2 weeks. 2 weeks
About
ago.
2 weeks.
they don't want to do it again.
Again?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get the most accurate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
You don't want to win the cruise by 0.1%.
How much water should we be drinking in a day?
That varies. The latest diet is 6 around 6 hours.
And then for our protein, can we marinate them?
Yeah, depends on what you're marinating in. Let me go back to the water. I have to mind away. All right, I'm always seeing different information on that. But I have to body weight is a good guideline. And then in terms of marinating, depends on what you're marinating with. So sometimes like marinades you buy at the store and stuff, I want sugar and stuff, so you want to stay away from that. So something like olive oil base, maybe vinegar, some spices, and that's fine. But it's like sugar laden or have a bunch of chemicals in there, and that's something you want to stay away from. Some other programs, We have string camp. String camp. Vicky just came from string camp. She's saying how much she loved elevator squats. But we're doing a little special for lean jeans. And this is phenomenal special right here. You guys want to jump on the board 2 times a week. We do a whole 9 weeks for 130. We have morning, we have a few slots in the morning. And Monday, Wednesday morning at 5:15. Tuesday, Thursday morning is 5:15. We can potentially add a mid-morning depending on the interest. And then we have evenings at 6, and we may potentially add a 7 p.m. All right, those are Tuesday, Thursday evenings. So if you're interested in that, let me know. You just set up with that. And then prorated supplements, doing 10% off for your whole Jeans time. So one of the things we're going away from all you guys do krill oil, EFA alcohol, but biotrust, we're moving to that, which is even better. It combines both krill and fish oil. So krill oil, you get a lot of great antioxidants with it. Fish oil, you get 3 or 4 times the amount of DHA than you do with fish krill oil. Biotrust combines them both, process it, extremely well, and it's one of the best things I've seen done for your omega-3s. Right now, here's the general schedule for our bonus workouts. A few things that we have going on. This is subject to change, especially Duke's Field on Evergreen, because we're not sure about football right now. But our first workout, bonus workout, these are all at 8 a.m. Will be this Sunday, 31st Street Beach. We'll send out more information on details on that, maps, everything. Following that, this will be on a first come, first served basis. First sign up, first served basis. We're doing a grocery store tour at Trader Joe's off of Roosevelt Road. And then we're doing an accelerator group on the 15th and then the 20th of July. Basically what that is sit down and we're helping you hammer out if you have any concerns, issues, we're helping you hammer out those issues to get you on track. So if something's not quite working for you, have questions or concerns, we're going to work together to help you get on track and figure out the best plan of action for you. And then we're doing another grocery store tour on the 29th. Cedric Park is out by McCook. We're doing a grocery store out there. There's Trader Joe's out close by there. Right? Sunday. They're all Sundays.
Is this going to be posted online?
Yes.
Yeah, so it'll be on the Lean Jean Success Guide. You guys also get an email. It'll also be on a Facebook group.
And my body.
So
And my body.
if it's a grocery store tour, it's not a workout, or is it?
The grocery store tour will be following the workout.
Oh, so it's the full, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So we can take 12 people to the grocery store, otherwise
Do you just show up or do you have to sign up?
you'll have to sign up. So,
And this is for anybody, like that, the Copeland? No, whatever.
yeah, either location, yes. So typically we charge for grocery store tours, we're including it as part of your lean meetings. So we'll make sure we're setting you guys up for success. And then TFGI, you guys probably know what that is, right? TFGI.
No.
No.
Nuh-uh.
Now I'm trying to see you right now.
Oh, F.
Just make things happen for yourself, all right?
I like it.
Seen a lot of people come through, and there's ones that are very successful, somewhat successful, and those that aren't successful. The ones that aren't successful are the ones that try to wait for things to happen for them as opposed to taking action and making things happen. All right? And I know each and every one of you guys in here will be successful and make things happen for yourself. All right? So, get those excuses out the door and let's make things happen. You guys on board with that?